So let me take some of your calls here. These things have been on my mind for a long time. In writing Ameritopia, obviously, they come to the fore. In writing a book like this, I do an enormous amount of research. Most of the research I do is not in the book. You have to pick and choose what you think makes sense when you're putting together a 260-some-odd, 280-page book. When you're trying to make certain points or trying to provide certain examples. And when you do that, it really does cause you to think. Ameritopia is a book on political philosophy and more. It's a warning. This book, probably unlike my others, will be read 100 years from now. I'm not saying it's a classic. I'm just saying that the word Ameritopia, the discussion of some of the classics, its application to American society, a declining society, I think people will look back, I fear, and they'll say, what did you do? America, what did you do? America, what did you do to yourself? The most magnificent human society ever established. How did you give it up so easily? Not to foreign enemies, not to foreign governments, but on your own. How did you vote? How did you vote to do this to yourself? How did you stand still and accept this? A nation like no other nation that honors, nurtures, respects the individual human being. You exchanged all of that for a fantasy, for false promises made to you by individuals who are deceitful, who are dishonest, who are seeking to control you and coerce you and destroy your very nature. How did you do this? Why did you do this? And moreover, why did you do it to your children and your grandchildren? I know the media want us to discuss condoms. I get it. I know that other hosts want to talk about some, whatever it is, a movie or a this or a that. I understand all that, and that's okay. That makes for good radio. I'm not talking about that right now. We are in a dire situation. I'm not into this apocalypse stuff. I'm just telling you, and you see it with your own two eyes. You feel it. That's why you're upset. That's why you're searching for a candidate. Well, there is no savior. Not on earth. But we do need to begin the process one step at a time. But we need to start stepping it up. Look what we've done to ourselves. Look what's happening to this country. When did it happen? That class warfare, straight out of the Communist Manifesto, is the mantra of the Democrat Party. When did it happen that Republican leaders are incapable of communicating to the vast majority of people about the wonderment of liberty? When did that happen? And where are we going with this? The Constitution is being picked apart, piece by piece, picked apart. We have public officials who take an oath to uphold the Constitution who are not faithful to it and have never intended to be faithful to it. And as I said when I was reading to you from Ameritopia, it is not noble or virtuous to pretend that they're good people when they're not. It is not noble or virtuous to pretend that what's going on isn't going on. This nation faces financial destitution. Financial destitution. And we are told, give up more of your private property rights. Give up more that you have earned with your own two hands and your own mind for your own family. Give it up to total strangers, to temporary politicians, to permanent bureaucracies. To do what? To issue more regulations and control more of your life? They don't create wealth. They create dependency. They don't care about the individual. They seek to crush the individual. They follow whatever laws they want to follow, and they dismiss whatever laws they don't want to follow. As Bastiat said, they use the law to plunder. In other words, they use the law against you. Here we sit, right? Here we sit on the edges of our seats, praying to God that there are 5 members of the Supreme Court who will strike down Obamacare in order to preserve our country. One law, one ruling, one justice. It comes down to that. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. How did this happen? When did this happen? In the greatest country on the face of the earth, I'm not going to be able to choose the doctor that I want to send my child to see. I'm not going to be able to purchase on the market the kind of health care that I want my family to have. What is this? What is this? What do you mean I can't put that light bulb in my house? What do you mean? A light bulb. The government's going to tell me what kind of light bulb I can put in the light socket in my own home? Where did this power come from? What do you mean I can't build an extension to my home because there's a pond on my property that I choose to fill in? Whatever happened to private property rights? What do you mean I have to pay for somebody to have contraceptives for free when I don't even believe in that? What do you mean I have to do that? We are living in an Ameritopia right now. It's not America. And the battle lines are to bring us back, to reestablish limits on this massive Leviathan, to reestablish our Constitution, and to take back our individual liberty. That's the fight we're in. That's the battle. No less.